You will not believe what happened last night at the US Open. Tommy Paul, yes, our very own American powerhouse, barely survived one of the most intense, grueling matches you'll ever see. We are talking about a 5-set thriller that had everyone on the edge of their seats, stretching nearly 5 hours and ending deep into the early morning hours. It was one of those matches that reminded us exactly why we love tennis: the tension, the drama, the comebacks, the heartbreaks, and the sheer willpower of a player refusing to go down without a fight. From the very first serve, you could feel the electricity in the stadium. Tommy Paul came out swinging, showing why he's considered one of the most dangerous players on the tour. But across the net was Portugal's Nuno Borges, a guy hungry to prove himself, precise, unrelenting, and ready to capitalize on any mistake. The first set was a nail-biter. Both players held their serves, trading powerful ground strokes, and keeping fans glued to every point. Came down to a tiebreak, and Paul's nerves and focus kicked in just enough to edge out Borges 8-6. First set to Paul, but the battle had only just begun. The second set looked like it might be a breeze for Paul. He broke Borges early and seemed to have found a rhythm, controlling rallies, hitting winners when it mattered, and keeping the pressure on. He took the set 6-3, and for a moment you could almost see the finish line. But tennis has a way of humbling even the strongest, and Borges was not going to go quietly. The third set flipped the script. Borges raised his game to another level, breaking Paul's serve when it counted the most. Paul had 2 match points in this set, yes, 2 match points, but Borges's resilience was something else entirely. He fought back, clawing his way to a 7-5 win in the set, and suddenly the momentum had shifted. Paul was still in the match, but the air was thick with tension. You could see it on his face. He knew the fight was far from over, and every shot from this point forward mattered. The fourth set mirrored the drama of the third. Borges was relentless, exploiting every tiny crack in Paul's armor. Paul showed flashes of brilliance, but the fatigue was starting to show. This was a match that tested not just skill, but endurance, mental toughness, and pure willpower. Borges broke serve at the crucial moment again, taking the fourth set 7-5 and leveling the match. 2-2, and we were headed into the decisive fifth set. The crowd, though sparse late at night, erupted with every point, fully aware that they were witnessing something special. The fifth set was pure cinematic tennis. Paul started strong, racing to a 3-0 lead, looking like he might finally close this marathon out. But Borges, the fighter he had been all night, battled back, leveling the score at 4-4. Every point felt like a battle of inches, every rally stretching longer than the last. You could see the sweat, the exhaustion, the desperation, and the determination on both players' faces. And then came that final stretch, the moment that defines careers. Paul managed to break Borges again at 5-5 and held his serve to finally close it out 7-5. He survived. He advanced. He proved once again why he's one of the toughest competitors on tour, by the time the match ended. It was 1:46 a.m. Paul was drained, physically and mentally, but the relief and satisfaction on his face were priceless. He thanked the few remaining fans who had stayed until the bitter end and gave credit to Borges for pushing him to the limit. It was the kind of sports moment that reminds us why we tune in, why we care, and why we love the drama of tennis. This match wasn't just about a win, it was about heart, about resilience, about refusing to give up even when the odds are stacked against you. Paul showed incredible mental toughness, coming through in the clutch moments, saving match points when he needed to, and executing under pressure. Every 5-set match is a test, but this one was a testament to his training, his preparation, and his refusal to let an opportunity slip away. Now, Paul moves on to face Alexander Bublik in the third round, but after a match like this, the tennis world is buzzing. Fans are excited, commentators are talking, and everyone who witnessed it knows they just saw a performance for the ages. The story isn't just about survival, it's about what it takes to fight your way through adversity on the biggest stage. When the lights are brightest, the pressure is immense, and every point could be the difference between victory and heartbreak. So, if you missed this one, make sure you catch the highlights. Tommy Paul reminded us all why he's not just a player to watch, but a player who can endure, adapt, and fight through one of the most grueling tests tennis can throw at you. The US Open is young, the stories are still being written, and if last night is any indication, Tommy Paul's chapter is one we will remember for a long, long time. Stay tuned, because this is just the beginning. The third round awaits. The crowds are back. The energy is building. And if Tommy Paul plays like he did last night, you better believe we are in for more unforgettable tennis drama. This is the US Open at its finest. This is Tommy Paul, surviving, thriving, and proving that when it matters most, he is more than ready to rise to the occasion.